Welcome back to a Spray Habit podcast by John and Mark. And I am the son. He is the father. We have a company called John Crazy Socks. This show all about this show about is Spray Habit podcast.
Spreading happiness, right? And you're John?
I am the son.
You're the son, you said?
I am the son.
And I'm the dad.
He is the dad.
And
the old dad.
The old dad. And my name is Mark.
Yes, your name is Mark.
So it's the Spreading Happiness with John and Mark.
John and Mark.
Spreading Happiness show. And that's what we're going to try to do, folks. We're going to spend about a half an hour with you. And all we really want to do is put a smile on your face.
Yes.
Smiling faces, you like that?
I do.
Right. We'd like to put a smile on your face, a little joy in your heart. We're going to banter a bit, like this, back and forth.
Yes. I spread happiness.
Okay, no, we'd like people to listen to us, so you have to stop the singing.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about. We have, World Down Syndrome Day. We're recording this on Thursday, released on Tuesdays, but tomorrow and then over the weekend is the big World Down Syndrome Day celebration. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the 321 Inclusive Entrepreneur Awards that we gave out. Very exciting. Our warehouse store. We'll get in a little bit. We had a good podcast interview this morning and talked about hiring people in warehouses and how difficult it is and how the answer can be hiring people with different abilities. People are going to want to know about your love life.
Yes.
We'll give them an update on your love life. We'll talk about going down to my trip down to Nashville. Whatever else pops in your mind. We got some other things that may come up.
Yes.
Right? We got a good news story of the week we'll share. Oh, and a business of the week. This is very exciting.
I'm really excited.
Gabi's Grounds. You know Gabi.
I know Gabi.
Gabi is a great woman, and she's got a great business with coffee and now Gabi's Pals. So there's a lot to get to.
Yes.
You want to do that? So, World Down Syndrome Day. What day is it?
It's on March 21st. And in fact...
Why is it March 21st?
Why March 21st?
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 extra 21 chromosomes.
Right. You get, I'll add in a little.
Okay.
Right? All of us humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes. People with Down syndrome have a little bit extra.
Extra love.
Extra love. Have an extra 21st chromosome.
Yes.
In fact, it's called trisomy 21. The term Down syndrome comes from the doctor who identified the condition. Dr. Down.
Dr. Down.
Not Downs, Down.
Down.
And then we celebrate it on, as you said, March 21st, because it's the third month, the 21st day. You love celebrating it, don't you?
I do. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What date today?
What's today's date?
Yes.
Well, we're recording this on March 20th.
You said March 20th.
Yes.
With me, 21st, it's World Down Syndrome Day.
And it's a great day because, you should let people know. They may not know. You have Down syndrome.
I am. I have Down syndrome. Down syndrome, and never hold me back.
It does not. And here's the thing.
Yes.
People celebrate World Down Syndrome Day by wearing crazy socks.
Crazy socks.
That works out well for us, huh?
Absolutely.
In fact, it was kind of funny. We started John's Crazy Socks, your idea.
Yes, it's my idea.
Back in December of 2016. And we opened it to test the idea, right? Just you and me. We tested well. That was exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did.
And then we hit January of 2017. And we found out firsthand nobody buys very much in January because they spent all their money at Christmas.
Right.
And we were trying to figure out, well, what could we do? What could we sell? And that's when we learned that people wear crazy socks
Crazy stuff.
to celebrate World Down Syndrome Day.
Yes.
You would have thought we knew that before we got started, but
Right.
we're not that smart. And we should tell the story. We decided to make a Down syndrome themed sock.
Mm-hmm.
And in those days, John, remember, we were only selling other people's socks. So we went looking
Yeah, we did.
for a Down syndrome themed sock. And nobody in the world made one. And I looked at my partner and said, what are we going to do? And what'd you say?
I said, I want to create one. I want to make one.
So John designed the world's first Down syndrome awareness sock.
I did.
How cool is that?
Amazing.
And then we called up two organizations. We called up the National Down Syndrome Society, and we called up a local group, ACDS. They used to be the Association for Children with Down Syndrome.
Yeah.
Now they're just an acronym, ACDS.
Right.
And you went to preschool there.
I did.
We called them up and said, listen, we're going to sell these socks, and we're going to donate money to you from every pair we sell. And when we called up the NDSS, they said,
Oh, who are you?
who are you? What is this? And there's a funny story from ACDS.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lori, who at that point was their development director, she gets this and she goes to speak to the CEO, who only recently retired, a great man named Michael Smith.
Mm-hmm.
She went in and she said, Michael, there are these two guys and they want to sell socks and they want to give us money for the socks. We heard Michael Smith tell this story. And he said, we're sitting around the office trying to figure out, how could this go wrong? What's up with this? And they decided it couldn't go wrong. And he said, well, Lori, go ahead, tell him okay. Which she did. And then a month later, you sent him a check for like $3,500.
Yeah, right.
And Michael said you were his new best friend.
Yes.
Now, in the past, on World Down Syndrome Day, let's see, you've been up in Albany at the New York State Legislature.
Yeah, I will have you here.
Oh, we have pictures right outside my office of that. Right?
Yeah.
Steve Stern and Jarrett Condolfo brought us up. That
Oh,
was really
amazing.
great.
It's really cool.
We have spoken, we've been at the United Nations twice. You've been asked to speak there on World Down Syndrome Day. That was very cool.
Amazing.
We've been down on Capitol Hill. But this year, we decided to stay home.
Right.
And have a party.
Party.
So we threw open the warehouse. We said, come on in. And you hosted a dance party.
Yeah.
We had a little fashion show. We had games like the sock toss and
Yes.
design a pair of socks. We had music. The free players came and we're with their drum corps. That's always wild, right?
Yeah, I love fun.
We had a ribbon cutting ceremony because we opened our warehouse store. Did you like that?
I love it.
You like that. For years, people have been coming in here saying, oh, we want to buy socks. And you give tours. Do you know more than 4,000 people have taken tours with you? We have
Yes.
people come in and say, we want to buy socks. And we're always saying, well, we sell online.
Right.
But now we have a warehouse store. If you're ever in the area, Farmingdale, New York, if you're ever on Long Island, stop by. Come and meet John.
Yes.
Come and buy some socks.
Yes.
You like that, don't you?
I
There's going
do.
to be more jobs for people with different abilities. Great opportunity to meet people, meet our customers. You love our customers, don't you?
I do. I love customers.
So what a big celebration it was over the weekend.
Celebration. Come on.
You like having a party like that?
I
don't you?
do.
That's good stuff, buddy. So that was kind of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
We did that. And we gave out our first 3-2-1 Inclusive Entrepreneur Award.
Yeah, I really cool.
That was really cool. And it's, well, you like to say, you love being an entrepreneur, don't you?
I love it. Entrepreneurs.
And John has an abundance mentality. It's not a zero-sum game. You want to see others do well too. don't you?
Absolutely.
You're always supporting other entrepreneurs.
I like to support.
And I want to make sure, we want to make sure that people know entrepreneurism is an option for everybody. So we identified 5 people. You know all these people.
Yes, I
You're
do.
like in cahoots.
Oh, I do.
And they were the winners of our first 5, we give out 5, of our 3-2-1 Inclusive Entrepreneur Award.
Yeah.
You want to read the names?
Yeah, I collect the video from Clay's Cookies.
Right. She's got a great cookie business out of Boston.
At
And
Boston.
you can order mail order. We order her cookies all the time.
It's so good.
And you did a kind of a fun, smart thing about a week ago.
Yeah.
Right? So John is eating healthy. And he's
like.
helping me eat healthy. We both lost a lot of weight. And so we had a bag of Coletti's cookies. And they are delicious cookies.
You are delicious. I really love
And
me.
John said, I got to do something about this. So he took the bag and he hid it in a closet because it was sitting right out on the table. And as long as it was on the table, it was like tempting you all the time. Huh?
I know. I'm really good.
And
but
so
I can't.
he says, I got an idea. And he takes it and puts it in the table in a closet. And you know what? We haven't eaten those cookies since. That was a good move, pal.
Thank
Pretty
you,
cool.
Father.
All right, so Colette DeVito, we spoke about Colette in our podcast last week because she's starting a podcast. And then
Gabi Angelini, Gabi Crowns.
Gabi Angelini, who
Gabi
is
Angelini,
this
thank you.
incredibly dynamic woman who works with her mother out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Wow.
They started first with Gabi's Grounds, their own coffee, but then they expanded and they do Gabi's Pals. So they do kitting and assembly and they do fulfillment for some other e-commerce businesses. Very cool. Really a dynamic entrepreneur. And then there's
Grace Key, constantly kind.
Handily Kind, Grace Key.
All right.
She has a t-shirt business and other products. And she is what the kids call an influencer.
Yes.
She's got a big following on social media. She's really cool. So Grace Key, and then number 4, not in order, but the 4th one, your buddy.
My friend, Blake Parrot, a place Northside, out right in Second Texas, had a great snow cone.
He has a snow cone business. They got a little trailer and they bring it around to different events. Works with his mom and his dad and his brother. But Blake is the king of the snow shack, king of the snow cone.
I wish someday.
What?
I want to make a snow shack.
You want to go visit, huh?
Snow cone.
You've been asking Blake, can you send me one through the mail? And then the last one, Sean McLee from Shawnee's T-shirt.
Yes.
You may have seen Sean on the
Born This Way.
Born This Way TV show, and he's got a really great T-shirt business.
Yeah.
So 5 people, the initial winners, the initial group in our 3-2-1 Inclusive Entrepreneur Group. Well, that's pretty cool. Huh?
It's amazing.
And then while we're on this is all kind of related. So we do a lot of podcast interviews, huh?
Yeah, we do.
We've done over 300 podcast interviews, all sorts of different podcasts.
Yes.
And this morning, we did an interview with Christian Saab, who owns, he does a podcast about careers and about jobs that people have. He runs a recruiting business. They're based in Windsor, Ontario, but they're all across the U.S.
Yeah.
And as that, we got to talking about warehouse jobs because we run a warehouse. It's a pick and pack warehouse. Anybody who wants to sell online, you got to fulfill your orders. Many people outsource it. We do it ourselves. And a pick and pack warehouse, that's a boom industry.
Oh, yes.
What do we call our pickers?
Socks wigglers.
Sock wranglers. And we got to talking to Christian about that. He said, geez, warehouse jobs. It's close to minimum wage. We pay just a little above minimum wage. He says, people have a real hard time filling those jobs. That if they have trouble hiring people when they do, people show up high, they're not interested, they don't do a good job, they don't always show up, and then they quit without telling you anything. He says he hears that all the time from employers, and we hear that too. And yet we don't have any of those troubles, do we?
Nope.
We have great colleagues.
Absolutely.
And they work hard, they care about it, and that's because we're willing to hire people with different abilities.
Yes.
That's all pretty cool, huh?
Thank you.
And that's part of the lesson we're always trying to share. Hiring people with different abilities is good business.
Absolutely.
And boy, he was really, he loved hearing that on that podcast this morning.
That was really nice.
We got to spread the word, pal.
Absolutely.
Got to be like evangelists.
I wish I could start.
Just getting started. Okay, let's change gears here.
Yes.
Because people out there, people like your friend Joe and Sue, they are waiting with bated breath to hear what's up with your love life.
My love life is the best.
The best.
And I love it. A little bit ups down, a little bit. Not too bad.
So let's see. Last we heard, there were a couple things going on.
Yeah.
You have been dating a girl named Danielle. A woman named Danielle. But dating a woman named Danielle, and you had date planned for last weekend.
Yeah, we did.
And there was also a little wrinkle because the old girlfriend had contacted Danielle and suggested the two of them go out. And you were kind of stuck there. You didn't like that idea.
No, really.
But, you can't tell somebody you can't go out. So give us an update. How was the date?
It's a great date. Last weekend we went to Walt Whitman Mall.
All right, so we live in a town called Huntington on Long Island outside New York City. And there's a large shopping mall called it used to be the Walt Whitman Mall. They changed their name to the Walt Whitman Shops.
Right.
So that's where you went on your date.
Yeah, I went out to dinner.
You went to dinner. Where'd you go?
We went out to dinner at Gastronomy.
That's a restaurant inside Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, I'm not in the mall.
Not in the mall, in the building, in the store.
In the building.
Right. And how was dinner?
Dinner is really good. And nice food there, and I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah?
Danielle, she worked at the restaurant.
She works at that restaurant. And she wanted to eat dinner at the restaurant where she works.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I tell you more interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Danielle.
Everybody
knew Danielle as you work there, and some people come up to us and introduce to me. And it's really...
They were all checking out Danielle's date.
Yes. It's really cool. And, I tell you, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I got recognized.
You got recognized?
At the restaurant.
Oh, people came over and said, are you John?
Yeah.
Are you John from John's Crazy Socks?
Yeah, I talked about that. And one of the waitresses asked me that she wanted my autograph.
She wanted your autograph. Did she want it on the credit card charge paying the bill?
No.
No?
No. Oh, I really fire you.
Go ahead.
She wearing a plain white socks.
Yeah.
And she want me, my autograph, her socks.
She wanted your autograph the socks.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
I did.
So you and Danielle had a nice dinner.
I had so much fun, and it's a lot of fun.
And what'd you have for dinner?
Well, I have the interesting.
Go, let's hear it. What'd you have?
I had we share.
What'd you share?
A spicy tuna sushi.
Oh, a little sushi appetizer.
Yes.
And you two of you shared it.
We share it.
And then what'd you have as an entree?
For entree, I haven't eaten for dinner.
Go ahead.
I had truffle mac and cheese.
Truffle mac and cheese.
And truffle fries.
And truffle fries. What fries? What are you, carbo loading for a marathon?
A shadow about.
But you like the truffle editions. You're very high class.
Yeah, I really need more spice.
You need more spice. Need to spice things up.
I really cool and I love fun.
The food was good?
Yeah.
And you and Danielle, you had a good time talking?
Yeah, we did. I was talking something from point when you're going to talk about it.
You don't really want to go into detail, but you got to let people know a little bit. There was this issue with the old girlfriend contacted Danielle and wanted to go out. Do you talk about that with Danielle?
I did.
You let her know how you felt?
Yeah, I did.
So you didn't tell her what she had to do, right? No.
No.
But you shared your feelings.
Yeah.
Well, that's very good, son.
And I was open and honest.
It's good to be open and honest.
And also,
yeah.
The night I came home after the date.
Yeah.
She texted me. She said to me.
Who texted you?
Danielle texted me.
Yeah.
She said to me.
What?
She wanna go out again. A juicy.
Oh, she wants to go out with you again. Oh, and have sushi.
Yeah, have sushi.
And what'd she tell you about the old girlfriend? She cut that off?
Cut off.
So you're a happy boy.
I'm really happy, yeah. And she texted me last night.
And?
She looking juicy and she wants to go.
So you're gonna go out for some sushi. You're gonna find a date, go out for some sushi.
Yeah, she found a place.
Oh, she found a place. Where?
One in Southdown, one happy.
Oh, down not far from where we live.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And so we'll go there. I give her Uber this session.
Oh, you gave her another suggestion?
Yeah.
Where was that?
I'm thinking probably like a lunch, maybe around a month of April because of anyway.
Yeah.
Because we work half day.
Okay. Oh, you want to go after Friday because at our place,
yeah,
we close for a half day on Fridays, beginning in April.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be.
Well, not only that, but you would talk. You're a very optimistic man.
Yeah.
You wanted to buy tickets for a concert in the summer.
Yes.
Who are you going to go see?
And Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper.
I actually her tour farewell tour.
Her farewell tour. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but that assumes that you and Danielle will still be dating in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, you're optimistic.
I am.
So there you have it, boy. There you have it, folks. It is As the World Turns with John. That's all pretty cool. So while you were doing that, I was down in Nashville.
Yes. Oh, I want to ask you about that.
Go ahead.
How was Nashville?
Nashville was fun. I was down there with friends, Joe and Sue. Your mom, my bride. How do you describe your mother?
Beautiful and stunning.
Beautiful and stunning.
And also, in fact, along with you, Mom, Joe, Susan.
Was,
I know.
Go ahead.
One of my great people I know.
Who?
My godfather, Cliff. Dr. Connery.
Dr. Connery, yes.
And she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. And my mother-in-law.
Not your mother-in-law.
No, sorry.
Your godmother.
My godmother.
Marianne, Cliff and Marianne.
She's beautiful, gorgeous.
But you and Joe are pretty tight too. I got to keep the two of you apart.
I feel like that. We were in Nashville.
Yeah.
You were sitting down having lunch.
Uh-huh.
Joe texted me.
Oh, you and Joe were texting each other.
Yeah. He sent me a video. Are you at that lunch?
Oh, us at lunch.
All around Cliff, you and Mom.
Well, we had a lot of fun. We went to. It was a lot of music, a lot of eating.
Yeah, I listen to music.
A little bit of drinking, not as much. When we were young, we would have been trouble. We went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and we went to the Johnny Cash Museum.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Right? So that was all wonderful and fun.
Yes.
And, ate at some really fine restaurants. It was raining all day Saturday, so it was raining like Noah's Ark was going to be floating by at any minute. And then your mom and I, we stayed an extra day. We went out to the Parthenon. That's kind of wild.
You're like a Greece.
Right. So the Parthenon, and is an ancient temple atop Greece. Well, Nashville wanted to be known as the Athens of the South. So they built a replica of the Parthenon in the middle of a big park. It's kind of fun. And they got an art museum in there.
I have a question about that.
Go ahead.
Do you remember got a ticket to Greece?
I've been to Greece. I haven't been to Greece with your mom. Maybe I'll take her there someday. That'd be nice.
Well, really nice.
Yeah.
You can check out in Greece.
What?
When on set, I know, maybe from the movie from Mamma Mia.
Ah, you know everything from the movies, huh? Go out to one of the islands.
One of the islands.
So that was all pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to
Dad.
few other things that we got going on here. So we have our business of the week.
Yeah.
We already referred to it. It is
a Gabi Cran's coffee shop.
right. They founded by a woman and her mom who has Down syndrome, and they hire people with different abilities, just like we do.
Yeah.
And they not only have the coffee Gabi's Grounds, but they also have Gabi's Pals, which does some of the work we do. They do fulfillment and kitting and assembly work. They're really inventive and creative. We put the link to the website down below, but we urge you folks, go check out.
Gabi Cran's.
It's a great business. You can support them. It's really quite wonderful.
And I tell you really cool about Gabi Cran's. She and her mom was on Kelly Clarkson's show.
Ah, the Kelly Clarkson Show. You're a big fan of the Kelly Clarkson Show.
I am a big fan.
Yeah.
And I should on the show.
Oh, very cool.
I didn't know that.
And then our good news story of the week. This is cool. The University of North Carolina at their medical center has opened a clinic for patients with Down syndrome.
Oh, wow. Isn't it interesting?
And they christened it, they cut the red ribbon on March 17th, on St. Patrick's Day. And here's the thing that's cool about that. We've seen it with you. There are medical conditions, but there's an underlying connection with Down syndrome in a lot of cases. And it's hard to find doctors who understand Down syndrome and the medical condition. You have keratoconus and eye cancer.
I do, yeah.
It took us 3 doctors to get someone who understood the eye condition and Down syndrome. And in fact, that leads to a lot of people who have a disability, particularly intellectual development disabilities, to be medically underserved because they might have trouble explaining their condition, explaining what's going on. The doctors don't understand them. Some of the patients might even be nonverbal. In our hectic healthcare system, maybe they don't have time to listen. They haven't been trained. And so there's undertreatment. So this is really wonderful what they're doing. And we need more programs like that and more programs where medical providers are exposed to and get training on working with people with different abilities. We speak every year at the University of Houston at their ophthalmology program. And if you're out there and you got a medical school, we'd be glad to come and speak with your students because that's really important.
Right.
And you have an update on last week's good news. Last week we spoke about the Special Olympic World Games in Turin, Italy.
Yes.
You got an update.
Yeah, I got an update. I did my research.
You're always doing your research.
I did a big news.
Big news.
Really big news. They came back. Take it back.
Team USA.
Team USA get back. One great medals.
How many medals did they win?
And they'll win. How many medals they win? 113.
113 medals. Wow!
Incredible. And how many gold medals?
How many gold medals?
32.
32 gold medals.
Wow! That is wonderful.
That is awesome.
And if you are there, all the listeners out there, congratulations, all the athletes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you were paid off. Because I am so impressed.
All the hard work and training. People don't understand that. Special Olympics is a wonderful sport, a wonderful organization.
Amazing.
But the sports are really about training and competition. Now, it's not, everybody gets participation. No, in every event, there's a gold, silver, and bronze medal. And, you know that. And John here, right, you're now doing 5 Special Olympic sports. What 5?
Oh, yeah. Basketball, track and field, soccer, snowshoe, and bocce.
Your new one is bocce. In fact, you have basketball tonight.
I do.
You're going to go to that after we finish this recording. And not only that, but you put your money where your mouth is.
Well, I do.
We donate 5% of our earnings to the Special Olympics, plus we donate money from a bunch of our individual products, like our Sock of the Month Club. So Johnny Boy here, you're quite modest.
I am.
You have donated over $150,000 to the Special Olympics.
Wow, it's amazing.
Right. That's more than any other Special Olympic athlete has ever done.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Really, really, really amazing.
All right. It is time for your favorite part.
Shucks. Yeah.
And you have theme?
Yes, it is.
What's the theme?
Lemonade.
Let's hear it.
Why don't lemons go to school?
Why don't lemons go to school?
Because they're always getting squeezed out of their classes.
Squeezed out of their classes.
What do you call a lemonade that runs away and get married?
What do you call a lemonade that runs away and gets married?
Lemon elopes.
Lemon elopes. All right.
How do you catch a squirrel drinking lemonade?
How do you catch a squirrel drinking lemonade?
Climb a tree and act like a nut. How did the lemonade propose to the oranges?
How did the lemonade propose to the oranges?
With a sparkling ring.
With a sparkling You crack yourself right up, don't you?
I know.
All right. I took a cue from you.
Yeah.
I have a theme too, my theme, because opening day is coming, so I have a baseball theme.
Nice.
A man and a dog walk into a bar. And the bartender says, sorry, we don't serve animals here. And the man says, but this is a special dog. He can talk. And the bartender says, really? Prove it. If he can talk, he can stay. So the man turns to the dog and says, what's on top of a house? And the dog says, roof, roof. And the bartender says, that's not talking. It's just a sound. The man says, okay, let me try another one. Who is the greatest baseball player of all time? And the dog says, Ruth, Ruth. The bartender says, get out of here. That's not a word. He's not talking. So as they turn to leave, the dog turns to the man and says, should I have said Joe DiMaggio? All right, how about this one? How does a Yankee fan change a light bulb?
Why?
They don't. They just talk about how great the past 27 were. Now, you're a fan of Disney, right?
I do.
Yeah, well, I got in trouble because I saw this giant mouse, and I was trying to kill it with a baseball bat. Now, they won't let me in Disneyland. I got one more.
Yes.
So Mo and Sam were both great friends, and their friends since they were kids, and now they're in their 90s. And they both love baseball. They love playing it. And one day, they're sitting on a park bench together, and Mo turns to Sam, and he says, hey, I want you to promise me something. Promise me that if you die first and go to heaven, you'll come back and tell me if there's baseball there. Well, Sam agreed and made Mo promise the same thing. A few months later, sadly, Sam passed away. And the next week, Mo is deep asleep when he hears someone calling his name. Who's there? He calls out. Mo, it's me, it's Sam. Sam, it's so good to hear you. How's heaven? Ah, heaven is great. And Mo says, well, what about baseball? He says, well, they got baseball, and I got good news and I got bad news. Well, tell me the good news first, says Mo. Well, the good news is there is baseball in heaven, and it is wonderful. Well, that's great, Mo says. What's the bad news? Well, I saw the lineup, and you're pitching next week. You're laughing, huh? I have driven you into silence. Okay. That's it, folks. You have passed a little more than 30 minutes with us.
Yes.
It went fast, huh?
Yeah.
We hope we put a smile on your face.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed this. Yes?
Absolutely.
So here's the deal. If you like this, please give John one of those 5-star reviews. We should read these reviews on the podcast. You like reading them.
I love it.
You love it. If you like it, subscribe to the podcast. You can find us on all your typical podcast platforms. Share it with somebody. Let others know. Share the news. The more people that listen, well, then the more people that listen. And if you want to find us, where can they find us, John?
I'm glad John'sCrazySocks.com.
John'sCrazySocks.com. You go to all the social media platforms, you'll find it there. You'll see John dancing on TikTok.
Yes.
But thanks, folks. We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
your listening. And all right, John. Well, till next week, we put this out once a week. Comes out every Tuesday. You want to say goodbye, John?
Goodbye, John. Crazy.
Okay. Take care, folks.
Bye.